Bellator 277's main event, guys. We have AJ McKee versus Pitbull 2. This is going to blow the roof off the place because the first fight obviously ended so quick and there's a lot of questions I need answered still. But before we get into it, guys, this video is sponsored by Full Reptile Collective, brought to you by Dan Hardy. Head over to their website at fullreptile.co.uk where you can find anything from training gear, t-shirts, hoodies, all the way to coffee. For an exclusive 10% off, use Dan Said So at checkout. Make sure to also check out their YouTube channel for some of the best MMA content out there, bar my own. Let's get back to the video. Alright guys, so you want to talk about AJ McKee. AJ McKee has some of the best dynamic creativity in the game. Featherweight, massive for the weight class, obviously long rangey guy, slick jiu-jitsu, great wrestling, power hands, great high kicks, super dangerous low kicks, spinning attacks for days. The guy can do everything. And he's seriously dangerous against someone like Pitbull. Pitbull gets in the pocket a lot. Overhand rights, explosive power hooks, great works the body super well, mixes it up, head body all the time. He's a very much a boxer with a complete neck attack guillotine game. AJ McKee likes to attack necks as well. Pitbull has had a phenomenal career. Double champ obviously, AJ McKee now the man, the mercenary himself. It's a real close fight here. The first one didn't look all that close. You know, left high kick to start it, swarmed in with the overhands, dropped Pitbull, wasn't sure, premature celebration. When he got back up, just went, do you know what, snatched the neck, strangled a half dazed Pitbull, and that was the end of it. And there's not a lot to dissect about the first fight other than Pitbull got caught early. He got caught by an explosive dynamic striker, and he did not expect that kind of level of striking that early on, that fast, that power. He got caught off guard, you might say. I think he looked like he was about to block that high kick, and it just went straight through a guard like knife through butter and cracked his skull. You know, the new evolution of featherweight here is it's AJ McKee. AJ McKee to me has so much going for him that I think to beat someone like McKee, you're going to have to make it a snooze fest. If you try and get on his level in a striking range, I think you're going to have a real trouble here because there's not many people that pose a lot of problems to AJ McKee with that range and with that power dynamic. And then if you do get in close, he's great in the pocket. He's not afraid to jump on a neck. He's not afraid to get taken down because he's slick off his back. Derek Campos, guys, you know, got caught in that triangle armbar position. You got Darian Caldwell doing great ground and pound, and all of a sudden leaves his neck it'll be the AJ McKee's right hand side, his left hand side, gets caught under and absolutely gets neck cracked. The squeeze AJ McKee must possess in those arms is phenomenal. Pitbull has a very similar squeeze. You think he likes to jump the neck, grab a guillotine, squeeze for days, pull guard. He's got the lot. But his bread and butter is that pocket fighting. And if you're going to do that against AJ McKee, I think that's one way you can actually beat him. If you can get inside that guard, inside that reach, land those heavy shots and get back out of range before he suddenly just grabs the neck or decides, I want to take you down, wraps his arms together, squeezes your legs, slams you to the floor, and then works his ground game, I think Pitbull has a real chance. Get inside that range, land those dangerous hooks, get back out of range. It's way easier said than done, obviously, guys, but it's Pitbull. We know he can do it. He's obviously getting older now, guys. He's a 34-year-old here versus a 27-year-old. He's fought everyone. I know he got an absolute, bullshit win over Michael Chandler, in my opinion, with that right hand. I think Michael Chandler, that fight was stopped way too early. But Pitbull, to me, is a guy that is super underappreciated in the MMA world because of Bellator, not because of his skill set. He could have beaten a cajillion featherweights that have fought in the UFC. Obviously that number is a realistic number, a cajillion, but he could have definitely fought them. He could have beaten a lot of these guys, even went up to lightweight, obviously won the belt. Michael Chandler, it is what it is, but the guy's got skills for days. As I said about jumping guard and getting guillotines as well, Henry Corrales is the ultimate thing for that. Henry Corrales popped back up. What did Pitbull do? Do you know what? Saw his head dipped, nicked the guillotine, jumped on him against the cage, choke. Henry Corrales is no joke. You saw what he did to Aiden Lee, so that he's still going as well. There's some real good opportunity here for someone to become not only a megastar of Bellator but a superstar of MMA. AJ McKee can cement himself as I am the new breed, and then maybe you'll see him come over. I know there's been some chat about him and Volkanovski. I mean, that's a wet dream right there, because Volkanovski, in my opinion, is competing for that pound for pound #1 slot in the UFC, and that's the #1 organization. So that's, you know, #1 pound for pound mixed martial artist on planet Earth. AJ McKee is calling him out on social media. So I don't know how. It's all empty threats, obviously. Contractually, they can't fight each other anyway, so it's all just nonsense. But Pitbull can put a stop to this and cement himself as, if he's not already the greatest featherweight in Bellator history, which he is, in my opinion, he's going to confirm it if he beats AJ McKee and hands him his first loss on his record. AJ McKee gets hit in the clinch a lot from the breaks, hit with hard elbows, hit with early shots. You can work the body from those clinches. He has his hands low when he enters the pocket as well, which makes me think he's going to do some spinning stuff. He's going to go and drop a level. Pitbull has the opportunity there to really cause some damage, really make him respect everything. If Pitbull here can get a neck, I'm not saying he's going to tap AJ McKee, but what I think is if he gets a neck, it might deter or act as a deterrent for AJ McKee to even attempt takedowns. It's probably not going to happen, to be honest with you, but I think it's a great way to, you know, if you can mix it up, you're not mixing it up necessarily to win a fight, but you're mixing it up to keep him from doing something that could make him win a fight. It's a real difficult test here, but this fight to me, guys, is phenomenal. I can't wait for it. I would love to hear your guys' opinions on this fight because it's flying under the radar a little bit. So what do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon Patricio Pitbull can get this win back? Do you reckon AJ McKee is just far too good? He's shown it whole career in Bellator, 18-0. The guy is an absolute savage. Will we see a backflip off the cage, or will we see him lying on his back with the first L of his career? You let us know, guys, in the comments below. Like the video, guys, if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys, and enjoy the fights.